I want to state, District Attorney, this is part three, and JSID Attorney, this is part three, this is Mark Shallett. Uh, Here goes the FCC transmitter that FCC not only failed to report as it's a mandatory city code violation, but even dodged major crimes. Sergeant Chavez. This is what LAPD and Iranian terrorist suspect Elon Cohen's landlord put in my home, but with a camera as well. I want to state I do have 10 accounts on Facebook and 10 accounts on YouTube under Mark, MarkShallit at YouTube or at Facebook.com. Uh, 10 on each account plus an extra additional Facebook account under a nickname alias Kaiser Solze. And that is Kaiser, last name Solze, where you'll not only find so much evidence, we could book in 400 million with no problem, but to life sentence acts of terrorism and torture by hate crime for me being Jewish, but me being a victim of this crime for over 30 years. I do want to state for the record, with all the proof, and my father before me, and even suffering poisonings from the FBI my father suffered as his friend was a truck driver. I want to state what his friend told me. He said, your father used to say you used to get poisoned. And I said, yeah, I took the poison to make me stronger. And he said, that's the same thing your father used to say. Because the FBI was poisoning my father too, and ruining his life, and even killed his brother, I believe. But just to make our lives hell. But because we were going to take out the devil worshipping entity they're involved with, the illumination of things, I would say. But anyways, I want to state this: not only did they victimize my father, but for having me as a son, which is not his fault, and before I was born. And I have all the proof of that, by the way, and I do want to turn that in as evidence as well. I want to state something to you, sir. At the age of 6 years old, and I'm a sharp cookie, let me tell you, I didn't take out 400 million morons and terrorists in my country because I'm stupid. But I convicted them over 4 times and got them death penalty charges as well. I want to state that at the age of 6 years old, I asked my dad, I said, Dad, is there a reason why people look at me so strange? And he said something to me I never forgot. He doesn't remember it, but I do. He said, ever since you were born, they started coming around. And that never left my mind since, and he was right. He was 100% right. My dad was very sharp, man. Very sharp, man. He's a very sharp man. I want to tell you that. Very, very sharp. Now, I want you to take a look at this. This is very sophisticated now. As you can notice, it looks like the White House here. It's because it is. This is from the FCC TV. I want to say this FCC is the original 9/11 TV, but what they used as a Wi-Fi TV, but to commit crimes. I want to say what they were doing was using a DNS program. A DNS program was a hacking tool for all these suspects. Were a hacking network of 400 million suspects from the children's ages 9 and up. From the people to 70 years old, 80 years old, were committing these crimes. I want to say the DNS thing was like, let's say if it was a rap video, right? Well, through the rap video, it would be a hacking mechanism they used to hack you. And it was a DNS program that they had. Now, the BlackBerry Bold phone that not only revealed FBI and LAPD selling my story to J.K. Rowling's, but even Spectrum selling a series, copywriting my full first and last name, Mark Shallett series, while stealing my number, never reporting it, but continuing to steal it for 4 years, but only to profit about it. I want to state AT&T was doing business with FBI in my house for about 30 years that they didn't want the general public knowing about. But the problem is, they were causing murders to me and torture to me, including poisonings in my own home. But paying people that I live with to torture me in my home. And coming in my house every time I'm not here, putting cameras on the wall. And why the reason the LAPD broke in my house, but not before leaving board, meeting, calendar on my desk, is basically their wallet. But I'm back why it said paint and heater. We'll go ahead and show you first why it said heater. As you'll see a camera on the lock of the heater. But every time it's turned on, it messes with the internet, and it looks like a computer system. And why you see a camera there? You understand? Never having a locked heater 25 years. Now, children were sitting in this seat, not only with cameras here, but cameras here looking at children's asses. It did test for magnitude at positive, and those are cameras inside there. I want to state they did have children in my bathtub, which they committed sex crimes for over 30 years. I want to state this faucet's been here 30 years, and so has my mirrors on the wall. I want to state not only cameras in here, there is cameras in there, and cameras in here as well. All connected. Yeah. I want to state LAPD would view this, sell these pornography tapes, and use them against me. Not only, God forbid, what they did to children that didn't know about this and their families. I do want them all contacted for 30 years. I want those LAPD officers arrested and off these streets. They can hurt children, rape children, and kill children. You need to get these monsters off our streets because you put our children in risk, and we don't want our children raped by these pedophile officers you got out here. These piece of shit cum bags of people and their whore mothers who brought in such animals like these officers. You need to get these basura trash men off these damn streets. These cops are no good. These cops are dirty rapists. Women rapists and children rapists and baby killers. We need to get them out of here. I do not want them let go in no circumstances. At all. None. Till they get their full sentence and where they get their death penalty that they deserve. They will get a death penalty. They committed so many crimes, it's unbelievable, including electrocuting a disabled man, not by the false and fraudulently mental health they committed by paying off family members to commit medical fraud, but while signing illegal papers. But look, they're still here. And you see how they're negligent? Why are they still here, right? Because they know the minute they move, they're moving in handcuffs. So they have to facilitate my torture. Now, why would they still be here after I put them on blast, Mr. Attorney? Right? Because their chief failed to do their job. The chief's office let them commit crimes. Now, why else would they still be here connected to my home right now? By police patrol ID. Right? Right? Why else would they be here? Now I want to go ahead and state the date that they hacked the U.S. Pentagon. I already told you about that, I think. Yeah, they hacked the U.S. Pentagon. You could go to M. King Charlotte at Twitter to see it as well. Don't forget that. I do have many other Twitter accounts. You can see evidence. I mean, we got so much evidence. We got to bag and tag these pedophile cops right here. They need to be in jail, and they need to be taken away. And I do want them charged for kidnapping, taking me to a fake hospital for 10 days, and you can contact Barbara at Tarzana Hospital. Not only did they kidnap me and take me to a fake hospital, but where they gave ice creams and cigarettes and no air conditioning, but my medical writing me a letter and finding out it wasn't the LA Healthcare that they frauded the LA Healthcare card of, and about 50 letters, but the same neo-Nazi posts of them hacking, of them frauding the internal affairs letters of their internal affairs office, but it's saying the same neo-Nazi post. Yeah, as LA Healthcare letters they frauded. Unbelievable, right? Now, they did it from Google